We have some breaking news, Darius, as you are on with us. Ian Rappaport is reporting live from the league meetings that playing proposal number 1 was amended. Both teams are now guaranteed a possession in overtime, but it's now postseason only. It was approved per source. So there was 3 different options going. The Eagles and the Colts proposal has passed, and it's permanent. Both teams guaranteed a possession in overtime, postseason only. Okay, there was another option where the Titans pitched that if the team that receives the kickoff scores a touchdown, they must also score a 2-point conversion to win it outright without the chance of the other team getting the ball. Now it's both teams are guaranteed a possession. Darius Butler, who played defense in the NFL, probably feels the exact same way as every other defensive-minded human I've ever talked to that has been associated with the NFL. Tomlin's come out and said the overtime is just fine because Tomlin is a defensive guy, and every other defensive person you hear speak, like AJ, Darius, and literally anybody has said, yeah, we're a part of the fucking team too. Make a stop. You win the goddamn game if you want to get your quarterback back. Do you not enjoy this at all? I heard you groan immediately upon reading that, D-Butt.
You know, as a competitor, as an athlete, like you said, as a defensive player, you know, you think, you know, get a stop, get the ball back, and give it back to your offense. You got to score. You saw the Bengals do it in the playoffs right after the, you know, Bills fans cried about it about the week before. But as a fan, you know, this is good for the fans of football. You would have liked to see Josh Allen get another possession, all these other great quarterbacks that are in the league right now. I think is probably the most talented we've seen a quarterback position. It's probably 10 like legit dudes. So I mean, yeah, the NFL, you know, they're gonna do the decisions that make the most sense when it comes to money. And I think as a fan, it's a good move.
So, D-Butt, Schefter just followed up and said that the regular season overtime rules will remain the exact same. So for a large portion of it, the defense still has a chance to make a play and get their quarterback and their offense back on the field. But I think Rappaport brought up a great point yesterday whenever A.J. Hawk was explaining similar to what you said. Yeah, get a stop, dude. Like that. Yeah. Like, get a stop. Like, that's what you're supposed to do. It's a team sport. It's not quarterback versus quarterback. Ian Rappaport brought up a pretty good point. With the way the rules are now, and with the way offenses are, like, you're going to get got. A defense is going to get got, I think, at some point. Do you not agree with that? Do you not think that the game is...
As far as yards, yeah. I mean, with how the game is designed now, and every year it's leaning more towards the offense. They want more point score and all that. So yards, yeah. But as far as situational football, 2-minute situations, red area, holding teams to field goals and not touchdowns, defense can still win in those situations. So I think that's where teams will separate themselves. Like, I give a damn about yards if I'm a D coordinator. It's about 2-minute, third down, 2 minutes before the half, 2 minutes at the end of the game, and, holding guys to 3 and not giving up 7 in the red area. That's what it comes down to. The yards, the RPOs, the throwing up the ball, and it's a spot foul like it's always been. You see more quarterbacks and receivers doing that and getting away with that. Those will continue to be an issue for defenses. But as far as the situational stuff, man, that's where you got to really dial it in. And that's what Belichick has been, so great at over the years.
Oh, yeah.
And that defensive side of the ball.
So that whole spot foul throw it up thing that you just mentioned, and listening to you say I could give a damn about yards, by the way, is fascinating because, as a punter, there was a couple game plans, I believe, where I was not told maybe until after I witnessed it happen. You guys were not worried about, hey, we are going to bend. We are going to bend. We are not worried about that. But in the red zone, we are going to lock this shit down. We're going to get 3. We're going to give up 3 as opposed to 7. That's an actual strategy going into some games, I think, right?
Yeah, and that's another. You just made me think as a punter. So like when you used to pin the offenses deep, that's another situation, coming out situation. Because if you pin them inside that 10, the likelihood, you look at the numbers, the statistics of them driving down and actually getting points are way lower when they're pinned inside that 10-yard line. So that's another situation, another weapon to have as a good punter. But yeah, some teams, I'm playing the Chiefs, we're not coming in saying, hey, we're going to keep Patrick Mahomes under 300 yards. We're going to keep this offense under a certain amount of yards. You can have 570 yards. If you only got 24 points to show for it, we should be able to put up enough points on the board to win.
I had a couple alley-oops to D-Butt.
Ooh.
Yeah, couple. I would like to one.
Oh yeah.
Couple alley-oops. It felt so good. It was like, yes, and especially because it was a dude I liked doing it to. I'm like, yes. This is the entire purpose of field position, actually. But
absolutely.
Yeah,
it's those quarterbacks, man, especially those mid quarterbacks, when they're backed up like that, pause, them asshole gets tight. It get tight back there. You're scared to throw those out routes, scared to get picked off, just going to the crib. And as an offense, sometimes you're just trying to get a first down just to give the punter enough room for a normal operation. So as a defense, you love those situations.
Let's talk about the NFL rules changes, AJ. We were on with Darius Butler, who has played every single position in the secondary, 9-year NFL vet. He was on whenever the news broke that the overtime rules were changed for the postseason only out of the league meetings. From the competition committee.
Yes.
League meetings with the competition committee, the overtime rules have been changed for the postseason only, that both teams at least get a chance to have the ball. It is not for the regular season, though. It was followed up and cleared up. The vote was 29-3, I believe, with the Bengals,
Vikings,
and Dolphins. Vikings, Dolphins, Vikings. Bengals, Dolphins, Vikings were the only ones to vote against it. Let's go through that. Bengals, they ain't changing anything. We don't want to pay anybody. We don't want to build anything. We're playing old school football, and we made the fucking Super Bowl.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay? Keep the rules as they are. Is this football or is this not football? The Dolphins said, man, listen, we don't want to change anything. All right, we got some shit falling on. They're paying for that. We're just going to stay out of this. And the Vikings, I wonder what that's all about. That is fascinating.
Do you think McDaniel did the quadratic equation to figure out if the rule would benefit him or not?
I do believe he did bust out the Pythagorean theorem, and he saw that if A squared and B squared equals C squared, then we might be fucked by this in the future.
That's right.
So those are the team that voted against it. Everybody else voted for it. AJ, your thoughts as a defensive player? It feels like the defensive side of people do not like it.
Yeah, they don't. I mean, honestly, I don't really care too much one way or the other. I felt like the old way was fine. I felt like it's okay. It doesn't need to be fair to where the other team gets a chance. If you score a touchdown, I feel like it doesn't matter. But, yeah, the fact that they're doing this for the postseason, it's good for football. We're going to get another possession with hopefully another stud quarterback. Yeah, so it might screw you. You might come out there, go score a touchdown on your first possession. You win the toss, all that, and you're like, oh, normally we'd be done. But if this is the postseason next year, we got to make a big stop now.
Yeah, a little game changer. Defense is still going to have to make a stop at some point, I think.
Yeah.
Right? For the game to change, defense is going to have to make a stop. So it doesn't take away it completely. In the postseason, they're not going to end the quarter, right? Postseason's going to go
into extra time.
Yeah.
No,
indefinitely. Can I kick an onside?
Indefinitely. What's that? Yeah.
If I lose the toss, can I onside it?
Why not?
Yes, I think so. And does that count as them having a chance at a possession already? I think so.
That's what I'm wondering. If I onside it, I get it. I go score, kick a field goal, I win, right?
What if you score a touchdown, then you kick an onside kick and you get it back? You win, right?
Yeah.
That's a ballsy move.
Hey, that's 2 balls, 1 cup. You want to?
Yeah.
Are they going to do it? Are they going to do it? Are they going to go for the same cup? Are they going to go 2 balls, 1 cup and end this thing, or are they going to kick it off and hope their defense makes a stand? Interesting. I'm pretty excited to see this. I thought the Titans one was the best one personally, but at least we get an opportunity in the future at some point. Probably that this is going to happen again, where the Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen situation happened, and it happened to Patrick Mahomes, I guess, a few years ago with all these young quarterbacks and had the plethora of stars and offenses that are very talented. It feels like this is going to happen again in the postseason, and nobody wants to have the whole, Josh Allen deserved an opportunity to answer right there. And we as NFL fans deserve to watch that happen. These are our 2 young stars. This is a Super Bowl caliber matchup in the same conference. There's going to be a lot of those in the AFC. Let's keep it going. I'm happy they made the change. I didn't think it was going to happen, though. I did not think anything was going to happen.
I didn't either. I figured it's like politics, and it takes forever to try to get anything changed that you may want changed. But it's just head coaches that vote, right? Is there any front office or owners that have anything to do with it?
I'm not sure. We saw the competition committee the other day.
Yeah,
A
that's
couple
what I thought it
GMs on
was.
there.
So I think it goes to the league. So I think competition committee has to okay it. They get presented to the competition committee. Competition committee okays it. Then they present it to the league. Then the league votes on it.
What does that mean by the league votes?
I think it's like ownership and stuff.
Okay.
I think
that's the 24. You have to have 24 votes.
So who reps the Packers? It's just Murphy in there?
Probably.
Because I was thinking, because 29-3, you would think there's 32, but there is one team that doesn't have an owner. So it's Murphy in there getting a seat at the table. His vote counts the same as everybody else's. That's awesome.
Because he was in
for him.
The what's it called? The one per team meeting or whatever.
Yeah.
One per club, but it's not always the owner that goes in there.
True.
Remember they said like it could be somebody else that goes in there.
Tom Pelissaro, he put out a tweet that he said he talked to a coach who thought some coaches would be inclined to go for 2 if they receive the ball first, score a touchdown, go for 2, so that when they comes back the other way and if the team scores a touchdown, they can't go for 2 to win.
I don't know. I think you probably kick the extra point.
Well, and
Are the Chargers playing or?
Well,
That's a good point.
Chargers are going for 2 every single time. What were you gonna say, Connor?
like this is like third touchdown will be game over, right?
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then it's cleared after that, and then it's like, all right, now it's back
Next
to the
score.
old rules.
Yeah.
Just like if it was a field goal, I think.
What did Tomlin say? I ain't scared of sudden death.
No.
I ain't scared of sudden death. What other rules are going to change, I wonder, over the years here? Can we start predicting what rules? They said the unsportsmanlike conduct penalties for taunting, they feel like they only got 4 wrong last season, and they're going to keep it in there. Hour 3 starts in like 25 seconds, AJ, so I don't want to set you up for fucking failure there, but I would like you to think about what other rules will change.
Interesting.
We'll revisit that early here in the hour.
Okay.
Maybe. I mean, that's the plan right now, but this all could change in 15 seconds.
Sure.
Whatever squirrel runs into this room or into my phone or into conversation, that could potentially take precedent. But I'm excited to hear the new rules that you think will be changed inevitably in the future.